So for my main vlog in February, which I'm filming the intro to this about a week and a bit early, just because this project's probably gonna take me most of the month to read, and I want to be able to just come in and talk about them as I get there. Anyway, I haven't actually gotten to what I'm even doing. I am planning on reading all 3 books in the Green Bone saga. Got Jade City, Jade War, and Jade Legacy. I don't like that they've given me different editions. 1 and 3 are these editions, and then number 2 is this one. Honestly, I do actually prefer this edition, but if I end up liking them, I'll see what my bookstore has, because I may just need to replace this one with the old one so that they match. But I am very behind the times with these books, but I got curious. But I got curious about it, so I'm picking them up. And like I said, this is probably going to take me the whole month to read, because these aren't short books. You've got the first one, the one itself is 495 pages. So almost 500 pages for one. And then the second one is is 587 pages, so almost 600 pages. So almost 500 pages, almost 600 pages. And then the final one is 713 pages. So yeah, she seems to have gone up by 100 pages in each of these books. So yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to read all of these in a week. This is probably going to take me the full month. So this will definitely be my main vlog for this month. But I am intending to do it. And yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see how I do. I'll catch you guys when I've read them. Bye. Hello. So I just thought I would do a very quick first thoughts on Jade City by Fonda Lee, because I have started it, and these books are going to take me a while. So I'll come back as often as I remember to, but I'll definitely come back when I finish each one, even if I forget to come back to updates. Anyway, Jade City. This is about, I'm not that far in, and there's a lot going on in it, but from what I can tell, there's this, apparently Jade is this drug and the most valuable thing in in the town of Genloon. I did read the back. And there's a lot of characters at the moment, and I can't remember a lot of the names. I really need to start writing stuff. Down when I read heavy fantasy books, in terms of character names. But anyway, from what I've got so far, and I'm only 48 pages in, there's this group of people, and they're all connected in one way or the other to this thing called Greenbone, or these things called Greenbones. Like I said, I personally don't 100% know what's going on yet, because I'm only 48 pages in, which is apparently start of chapter 6. And from what I can tell, there's something called a pillar, and there's hold on, I just learned what it was called. Let me find it. I just learned what it's called. Yeah, pillar, I got right. There's something called fists. there is something called there's something called Horn. That's either something or someone because it's got a capital. And there's a lot of there's a boy called Lan and his grandfather, and Lan is the one that just became Pillar. And yeah, I think I've nailed that so far based on what I understood. I'm sure I'll understand it more as I get into it, but this is just like a basic. Yeah, this is just the opening, so. Like I said, with fantasies, they do a little like build up and then get into the story. And yeah, that's what I've got so far. It's not very This wasn't very informative of an update, but I just wanted to let you guys know I was reading it. Bye! Hello. So, it is the same day, it's just a few hours later since I was last in front of this camera. But I have hit page 100 of Jade City. My plan is to read 100 pages of each of these books per day, and that should help me be finished by the end of the month. But I actually took notes this time, so I'm gonna have a more detailed synopsis this time. And I am gonna do mild spoilers. I'm not gonna do I'm not sure if they're going to be in-depth spoilers or minor. It depends on my memory and what I actually write down. But there will be some spoilers in this video, which I don't know if it's a problem because I'm probably one of the last people in the world who hasn't read these books. But anyway, it has been a whole minute and I have not actually started saying anything. So, we got introduced to a couple more characters after I last checked in. We were introduced to Shay, who is Lan's sister. So therefore the granddaughter of the old Pillar. And then we've got, I'm only going to name the important characters, or the ones that actually played a part in the plot that I just read. We've got Hilo and Emery Arden, who are cousins, and Emery goes to Karl Dashron Academy, and he's been told that his biological parents are dead, so he has essentially been adopted by Hilo, Lan, and their grandfather. So he is part of their family. And Hilo is trying to reassure him that just because he's only half their blood, he's still just as destined for this Jade thing as everyone else. We then skip ahead to a boat day holiday, which is apparently something that they do in this city to bribe the typhoon god. Oh god, I can't read my own handwriting. The typhoon god, I can't read the name that I wrote down. With basically to give him enough destruction for the next year, and to help stall the Earth Scourers. At this boat day holiday, Arden gets kidnapped by someone named Gaunt, and Lan and Hilo then set out to save him after a call from their grandfather. And while Arden is at this place where he's gotten kidnapped, he meets someone named Apes, and then she has essentially invited Arden to join her clan, which is called the Mountain, in a specific place called, I do not know how to pronounce half of these names. Waigutan? He would work under this horn that I mentioned before, but would report to her. And so, basically, that's all I got for the notes, but I can go off that. Basically, if he joins this clan, he would be going against the people who pretty much took him in when his parents died. So it's kind of like a situation where he has to choose between loyalty to his grandfather or this new place. and that's where I stopped in the book. It was kind of getting good. It kind of was finally building up as I stopped, but I want to be able to get my other books in. So I am gonna space this out so that I'm not having completely just fantasy heavy and not getting anything else read. But that is where I'm up to in terms of plot, or at least relevant plot. And I will catch you guys in this video. I don't think tomorrow. Probably a couple of days. But I'll take down my notes and I will be back. Bye. Hello. So it has been a while since I have updated this video, but I have gotten up to the page count that I should have been up to, 299, because that was what a chapter break was. I was going to stop on 300, but that seemed like an awkward number. So, I wasn't really... so, for, like, most of the, like, 200 pages that I read before this between updates, not a lot really happened and I couldn't keep up. But in, like, the last, like, from about 280 something, it did pick up a little bit, because Lan, who I mentioned, hold on, my notes are here. Who was Lan again? Yeah, who was Lan again? Oh yeah, Lan was the one who became the pillar of whatever it was. So he'd basically just taken over from his grandfather, and now essentially someone killed him. So, and we learned who. His name was... Who killed him? I think it was... someone named Bero, or Bero. He killed Lan, and he wanted, like, some jade in exchange, because apparently they thought that he was supposed to kill Lan, but no, apparently he was just supposed to scare him, but he did end up killing him, which he thought he would get a lot more credit for than he did. So I don't know where that's going to lead, but... yeah. So I'll see what happens in the last, like, 195 pages. Because this book's only like 495 pages, and I'm now on 300. So yeah, there's not a lot left of the first book for this. So I do wonder whether I'm going to leave this one to start off book 2. But I think I'm enjoying it so far. Not a lot happened in the middle, but I feel like because it's like the end of a book, they're going to do something to build up the plot a little bit. Or if not, hopefully they'll pick it up in the other 2. That's all I can really say about the 200 pages I just read, because not a lot else happened, like, of note, or that I can remember. So, I will catch you guys... So, if I keep up with the page count that I've been trying to do, I should be finished it in about 2 days. Because I'll read the next 100 tomorrow, and then that'll leave me with 95 pages to read the day after. So hopefully I can come back on Tuesday. And say that I finished. If not, Wednesday at the latest. I'll probably end up just taking it on my commute to finish, because yeah, to read that last 95 pages, I will probably just take it on the train with me, and I'll probably take book 2 to start as well. But yeah, that's the update that I have for the next section of Jade City that I just finished. And I am now on 1 line of battery. I'm going to charge this battery, and I will see you guys when I have another update. Bye. Hi. Oh, wait. No, you can't see me. Hold on. There we go. Hello. Yes, hello to you too. So, I can finally say that I have finished Jade City by Fonda Lee. I finished it on my commute today. We're gonna leave her be. Anyway, yeah. I did finish this on my commute today. I feel like not much happened in this one because it was like building up for a lot of, it was like world building for a lot of it. So I'm giving the first one in this a 3.5. And so the way that this ended, basically Shay became the weatherman, Hilo became the pillar, and Andon, I think his name was. Yeah. Andon or Arden, he basically refused to take the Jade, so Hilo banished him because he felt like Andon embarrassed him by not accepting it. So yeah, he got banished, and that's how this book ended. So I did also start Jade War on the train because I still had some time to kill on the train. I'm up to chapter 3, so I read 2 chapters on the train. What I appreciate about this book is that it has a character list in the front. Yeah, it just has a character list to help me remember who's who, which I'll probably need as I go further into the series. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about this one yet because I'm only 2 chapters in. But there's still a good relationship between Hilo and Shay. Their grandfather, who was in the last book, has died. So they've opened this one with his funeral. And the chapter I'm about to read has Hilo going to... Oh, Andon, that's it. Yeah, has Hilo going to Andon to try to... So I'm curious what'll happen with that, if he gets unbanished, if they make up. But either way, this is... damn it. Either way, that's the only update I have. I finished 1 book, and I've started book 2. Alright, later. Apologize for the angle. I'm just filming this clip really quick on my phone while I'm sitting in a parking lot, but I didn't bring my camera. Hold on, let me just readjust. There we go. So, I am now I have just started chapter 12 of Jade War. I found it as an audiobook, so I've been, like, bulk reading. But yeah, because of my commute today, and I've got a lot of errands to do, I've decided to just audiobook it. And basically, from what's happened so far is Hilo has, like, started to go a bit too much on his need for revenge against the people who killed Lan, because he still doesn't know who killed them, and he still has, like, he still wants to find them and get justice for Lan. And then you've got Andon. Now, Hilo has banished Andon to Espenia, I think it is how it's pronounced. That's how the audiobook is pronouncing it. And he has moved in with this couple, and Shay and Hilo are paying for his education in this new place. He still hasn't forgiven Hilo for the banishment to this place, because he sees it as a punishment because he rejected the Jade. And as Hilo's the pillar, he saw this as like a betrayal of their family, specifically him. Yeah, and Shay did convince Hilo to let him be sent to Espina rather than just be banished and ousted from the family completely. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've got so far. Basically, yeah, and and chapter 11 ended with Andon recognizing a green bone while he's in Espenia, even though there's not really, the green bones aren't really meant to be in Espenia. So yeah, that's what I got so far. So basically, Hilo's gone full scorched earth trying to find the people who killed Lan. Shay is just doing her thing as the weatherman, and Andon has been banished to Espenia. And those are the only characters worth focusing on because they're the main three characters of the story. But so far, I am liking this one better than Jade City. Mainly because more seems to be happening in this book. And yeah, Jade City was just like a lot of world building and like character introductions. Now that we've been introduced to the characters, they're not bothering with that anymore, and they're going straight into like more action and plot focused, which is what I like better in books. And that's the only update that I have so far. And I will catch you guys I probably won't chat with you guys again until I'm back at home in my library, because I'm pretty much out all day doing stuff, because I've got I got paid today, so I've got to go and like pay some bills, I've got to pick up my groceries, and I'm just going to do a few like errands throughout the day. And I will catch you guys whenever I pick up the camera again. Bye! Hello. So, it is many hours later since I did that phone clip, and me and little Missy Moo are just here to give you a really quick update on where I finished for today. Now, I managed to get up to chapter 21, and considering yesterday I was on like chapter 8, I feel like that's a good progress for today. And I'm on page 193, and if I get 100 more pages read, then I'm officially halfway through. So I feel like the audiobook is helping. But what has happened since I last filmed a clip? Basically, Hilo has tracked down Lan's ex-wife because because they found out that she has had Lan's baby, so there's a new green bone to join their family. So Hilo has gone to offer Amy, I think her name was? Yeah, to offer Amy like shelter and protection in the home of Kikon, and so that way his nephew can be around their family and learn the ways of Greenbone, and she can still be with him. What else happened in that? Oh yeah, Andon started oh damn it, my camera is flashing. Okay, hold on. Let me quickly charge my battery because my camera is flashing red, and I'll be right back. Alright, this one also has one charger battery, but I could probably sum it up before this one also flashes red at me. I don't know where I was up to, but oh yeah, I was talking about Andon. Andon has made his presence known in Espenia. Okay, bye, little Missy Moo. And he accidentally beat up the son of the pillar of this place that he's been banished to. and yeah, so that's a whole different drama in itself. And I think I'll leave that sum up there because I don't want this battery to also go, because I don't know where another battery is at the moment. And I will catch you in a little bit. Probably tomorrow, because I think I'm done with reading this for tonight. Alright, bye! So I can't sit on my reading chair right now because someone has taken my spot. So I'm not going to read on here. If I read, I'll probably go out to the couch. But I wanted to put some kind of B-roll in here, so enjoy my cat. Hello. You're getting the car phone clip, which probably seems to be quite frequent, which seems to be quite frequent in this video. Anyway, I just listened to 2 more chapters of Jade War, or I think it was 2. It might have been 1. Either way, I'm on chapter 23 now, and a whole list of things has happened, so I thought I would do a quick update. No updates has happened with Shay, like nothing with Shay happened in what I just listened to. But Hilo, when we last left him, he was meeting up with Lan's ex-wife Amy. And he did. But when she said that she was running away with his nephew Nico, Hilo, I don't know if it was an accident or on purpose, but either way, Amy ended up murdered by Hilo, and then he ended up kidnapping Nico, and he brought him back to Keycon, I think. Yeah, Keycon. No, I get confused by the land names. Yeah, he brought him back to Keycon, and now he is raising his nephew, who he has essentially kidnapped. And then you've got Andon. A lot more happened with Andon than with Hilo in this section. Basically, Andon has befriended the Pillar's son and this group of people in Espenia, and he ended up. I was jokingly saying for the whole time they were that Andon was interacting with this guy Corey, that they were in love. I was jokingly saying that, and then they ended up making out. And then they ended up making out and having and there was a full like mini sex scene in it. But yeah, I was joking when I said they were in love, and then it actually happened. I was going to come onto this clip and jokingly say these two are in love even if they don't know it. But yeah, I guess they did know it. Or at least Corey did, because he was the one who made out with Andon. And it just left Andon confused, I guess. But yeah, I did. Yeah, I thought it is getting more intense in this. Yeah, it is getting more intense, if I'm being honest. And yeah, I am liking this one a lot more than the first one, because a lot more's happening. And that's it for this clip. It wasn't very long, but I just wanted to give an update. Bye! Hello. So, you're getting... I'm just going to put you... Oh, you're not balanced. Yeah, close enough. Alright. Alright, I'm just going to put you there for this really quick update, because I've only got, like... I've only got just over 100 pages left of this, so I just want to quickly update you so I can smash out the rest of this, and if I can, which means that I will probably actually get Jade Legacy done before the end of the month. I have about 4 days
But since I'm about to finish this one, should be right. Anyway, the point. I think the last time I popped in, I was just talking about, like, we were checking back in with Andon, and he was just getting a boyfriend. So, in the bit that I read, a lot of just filler stuff happened. So I'm only going to talk about the stuff that plays a part in the plot. Basically, Shay... Yeah, I'm going to talk about the characters individually. So, Shay. She got pregnant. I don't know if I can say the one on YouTube, but yeah, she got pregnant. She became not pregnant, and then she decided to challenge. What was her name? Let me find the name. I really need to start writing stuff down. But I was sitting on the train when I did it. Anyway, let me find her name. 8. Yeah. So she challenged 8 to a battle between the two of them because 8 had been bad-mouthing her to the press, and so she was getting a bad reputation as weatherman, that she was dodgy and all that. So, yeah, she decided to just challenge 8 to a sword fight as a way to, like, clear the air and restart everything. That kind of went well, kind of didn't. She didn't die, but I don't think she won the fight either. She basically chopped off a bit of 8's ear, and then the fight was over. So that's what happened with Shay. And then we've got I'm going to do Hilo last because he had the most stuff happen to him in this section. Yes, then you've got Andon. He has grown closer to the green bones that he's befriended in Espenia. And he has, he still has this relationship with Corey, but now it's more long distance because Corey has left to go to law school, I think it is. Yeah, so he graduated from the school that they were attending together, and now Corey's gone off to law school, and Andon has stayed in Espenia. And, so that's pretty much what happened. And then Andon called Hilo to come and help them with the Jade situation, since Jade, I think, is illegal in Espenia, so Hilo was trying to come. So Andon wanted Hilo to come and sort something out there. Yeah, and then that brings me to Hilo. Yeah, Hilo had the most to talk about in this section. Hilo does come to go and see it. Hilo does come to go and see Andon. And this is like the first time we've seen him in, I think it's been 3 years since he was banished to Espenia. But yeah, so Hilo goes to see Andon and then does sit down with the people in this, and they come up with a deal with Jade. And then Hilo also finds the person who killed Lan. Well, sort of. The actual person who killed Lan was killed by the person that he had teamed up with after he killed Lan, stole his Jade, and ran away. And then the kid that he was with, whose name I can't remember at the moment, he then comes into... Yeah, so he has killed the other guy, put on Lan's Jade, and just walked. But he was stupid enough to brag in this bar that it was Lan's Jade that he was wearing. So Hilo... Yeah, so basically the bartender who overheard this bragging called Hilo and told him where to find Lan's Jade, and by default the people who killed Lan. So Hilo tracks him down, and he takes Lan's Jade back, but he kills him in quite a brutal way, actually. Like, he basically puts Jade in his throat, makes it that he can't swallow, and then just buries him alive. And yeah, so then he takes Lane's Jade and goes home. And then the thing that happened in the last chapter, which is just where I stopped, mainly because my train was getting to the stop. I didn't want to stop because it was getting good. What's her name? Wen. So Wen, who's Hylo's wife, has had a third kid, and they're all out together when this car explodes and almost kills Wen and the 3 kids. So now Hylo's even more pissed off, and I think Wen is as well, because Wen makes him swear that he's actually going to kill these people who just tried to blow up her. And that was where I stopped, so I'm just going to smash out, since I don't have much of this book left, I'm just going to smash out the rest of it, and I'll come and give like a final thoughts. But I'll check back in with you guys in a bit. Bye! Okay, so it is the next day, and I did successfully finish Jade War. So, the way that this book ended, like those last 100 pages, a lot of stuff went down. Basically, Andon and Wen, who is Hylo's wife, they were basically on a mission to kill the final person who threatened the family and was the one who blew up the car, thinking they were killing Hylo. So, well, essentially their story ended with both of them did successfully kill this guy, but then they got ambushed, and Andon and Wen both almost died. Wen would have died if Andon didn't use the magic that the Greenbones have to essentially bring her back. So, while Wen isn't dead, she did end up brain dead. And so now she's having issues with, like, walking and speaking, basically. And Andon was welcomed back to Keycon. And that's where their story ended in this. Then you've got Shay. Shay has essentially the person who was her boyfriend for almost this whole book. He was essentially the one who was in on the attack that almost killed Wen, that was meant to kill Hylo, so the car explosion. So she ended up having to kill him because she wasn't left with the choice. And then you've got Hylo. I don't think much happened with Hylo in the last chapters, at least not what I can remember, so I'm gonna leave it there for the characters. But then you've got Barrow, who is the one that originally killed Lan. He actually didn't end up being killed, but he has now joined this war against all the clans because he decided that basically the reason he killed Lan was for Jade in the first place, and then he ended up not wanting Jade anymore, but him and a group of some other guys have started a revolution to take down the clans. So, and that's literally where the book ended. So, that's it for Jade War. I did start Jade Legacy, so I will put this book away and I will go and get Jade Legacy so that I'm holding up the right book, and I'll be right back. So, Jade Legacy. I managed to read 130 pages today, and this one started with, basically it did start where the last book finished off, and again, I'm going to do the characters one at a time so that I don't confuse myself. So let's start with Andon. Andon has, like I said, Andon has now come back to Keycon, and he has decided to become a doctor in Keycon, so that because after he helped Wen, he realized that that's a way that he can help people without needing to become a killer with the Jade, which I think was pretty cool. And then you've got Shay. Shay essentially, Shay has the way that it ended, Shay has essentially ended someone's marriage by making out with the husband. And yeah, that's kind of all that's happened in her story, is she's essentially just become a other woman. I say Tyler for last because he's had the most to talk about in those 130 pages, and I don't like Kylo in this book. I mean, yes, Wen survived, but he has not treated her at all like a husband should. He's essentially blaming her for almost dying because she didn't tell him that she was going with Andon to kill this guy, and that's the reason why she's brain dead and can't walk. But yeah, my god, is Hilo a dick in this. I don't like him. And yeah, one of the first things we see of Hilo is he's essentially gone somewhere to cheat on Wen, and then when he comes home to Wen, he doesn't actually acknowledge her much at all. Out of the guys in the family, the only one who actually has any sympathy for her is Andon. He's the one who's patient with her. But yeah, Hilo is a dick in this book. But I feel like if I get to page 200, if I read another 70 pages tonight, then I can probably get the 700 pages finished in the last 3 days of Feb. I'm going to give myself up until the 1st of March to actually finish this. But yeah, but I have pretty much the rest of the week where I've got Friday and Saturday pretty much the whole day to just sit and read. So that'll get most of the pages done. But yeah, I've already read 130 pages, so if I just smash out another 70, then I can at least be on 200. Then I just have to read 200 pages 200 pages tomorrow, 200 pages on Friday, and then I just have 115 pages to read on Saturday. So that's the plan. We'll see what happens. And I will catch you guys once I have more to say about this. Wait, one thing before I go. I forgot to tell my rating. So I'm giving Jade War a 4, I think. I think my problem with these books is the political side of it. I don't really think I'm into the political fantasy because there's just a lot of political talk and not really much happening. But yeah, this is getting a 4 because there was a significant more amount of action than in Jade City, and we'll see what happens with this one. And now I'm turning off the camera. Bye! So I'm just here really quick to say that this book's a DNF. I don't like it. It's really boring, and in 400 pages, fuck all has happened. So yeah, I'm gonna unhaul this one. And I think I'm gonna unhaul the whole series because I thought they were just okay, and I only keep absolute favorites on my shelf, or ones that I have nostalgia for. So yeah, this video is now done. with that DNF, this video's done, and I will see you guys in my next video.